Okay, so this is called Scenario 3, Amuletic Aggression. And before reading through the scenario itself, let's read through the Sonlen journal portion of this specific scenario, because I like reading through this. I like talking to sense, hence storyteller. We're gonna read through the story and see what else we can find out about what's going on here. So, on the notice of Commander Ziamara, first of Dagmar, and actually, I have beside me right here Ziamara herself in the miniature form. So Ziamara is beside me with the sword and all that stuff. Yep. I got her. I got her. I got her. And see here it says, Sonlen. Not long after your departure, our forces intercepted a retreating company of Jandar soldiers. Or Yandar soldiers. They were traveling through Ekstrom as they left the Trollsford outpost at Ostruvik, so their detainment was mandatory. We let them go after some questioning and copied the information from a military dispatch they carried. We are reporting this information to Lord Uller at his extra monitoring orders dictate. His unprecedented mistrust appears to hold even Yandar's movements under a suspicious eye. I wanted to make sure you are aware of this new development, as well as Yandar's region-wide retreat, or Jandar's region-wide retreat. Here's a transcript of the intercepted dispatch. Dutifully, Ziamara. Again, Ziamara. Boom. And there is some strange writing here of the intercepted dispatch, which is in another language, which we'll get to that in a second. But for right now, it's unintelligible writing, hieroglyphic type language. But we'll get back to that in a minute. Let's just read through this as well. Jandar's dispatch. So we have the dispatch here, and it says, to all forces stationed in foreign states, return immediately to your home fortresses in accordance with the wishes of Lord Jandar. His banner will no longer fly above lands that are not legally his. All offensive campaigns are therefore discontinued. Outpost companies are mandated to report to their new assignments within our territories. It says Southeastern Front reassignments, Drake's Finest, Upper Bleakwood, Scouting Division, Idona Castle, Nostraland, North Breachguard, Caldon Fortress, Thainlink, Ostfall Guard, Idona Castle, Nostraland, Steadfast Hold Guard, Valgrind, Nostraland, Sigling, Shorewatch, Valadon, Thainlink, Trollsford Guard, Idona Castle, Nostraland, signed Sir Gilbert. So that is the bit of the kind of journal lore. These are actually more letters than journals for this bit of lore. So now let's talk about this. Now let's read through this again. And this time I'm going to give my comments on what's going on in the story. I mean, there's not much. I mean, there's things narratively going on, but it only really speaks of one specific thing, which is Yandar specifically is withdrawing all his troops, and basically just the mistrust is spreading in all the factions, even with factions that, like, I mean, Yandar and Jandar and other are like this, but apparently not anymore. And we know things are going on with Uller, whose mind is being poisoned. What's going on with Yandar? Whether Yandar just is like, okay, he's going nuts, we need to withdraw until we see signs of, not mistrust. Red plus blue says Uller seems to be losing his mind a bit more too. Yep, there's that. So yeah, okay, read Sonlen. So what's cool though is that, so Sonlen we already know is still loyal to Uller, but is away. So Ziamara is still has correspondence with Sonlen and is letting him know what's going on within the kingdom. Son of Odin, hey, how you doing? So it's such a cool idea to help perpetuate the interfraction war. Yep. And there is a lot of locations here that's being talked about as well. And I think one thing that comes in my head is that one thing Renegade needs to do, I mean, we already have a map. See, got a map right here of Valhalla. But I think we need an update to the map. You know what I'm saying? And maybe like a world map like this, maybe something even bigger that shows different lands or something. But as well as a world map, but we also need like individual maps of each land to show the different locations and just have legends of everything. Just if we want to see Nostraland, see where each individual castle is, roads, whatever. So we have a better look into geography and where everything is located. I think we need that. We definitely need a map update for sure. But okay, so not long after your departure, our forces intercepted a retreating company of Yandor soldiers. So there's mistrust, but they're not exactly an interactive world map. Actually, that's a digital interactive world map would be cool too. Yes, you're right. Red plus blue, that would be also very nice. See, our forces intercepted a retreating company. So basically, Yandar, Uller, they kind of are engaged here, and they're not open warfare against each other, but they are capturing each other and figuring out, okay, what are you doing? Who are you? What are you doing? What are you doing? Dragon 420, how are we doing? Well, we're getting a small map for a dice bowl. Okay, very, very nice. Yeah, like I said, we need more maps. We definitely need updated maps for sure. But welcome to the chat, Dragon 420. It says, let's see, we'll let them go for some questioning, copying information from a military dispatch they carried. We are reporting this information to Lord Uller after his extra monitoring orders dictate. So monitoring orders. So basically, Uller's trying to keep a firmer grip on just observing everybody, basically. It seems like his unprecedented mistrust appears to hold even Yandar's movements under a suspicious eye, just suspicious of everybody. Just everybody is hand pink waving. Oh yeah, hand waving. Okay, I'm sorry. I get an interpretation of the chat via another window, Dragon 420. So it just says hand pink wave, and I'm like, oh wait a minute, it's just a visual image of something. Okay, but yeah. So this just establishes the mistrust that these two factions, these two kingdoms have of each other now. Probably mostly due to Uller's madness. Who knows what's going on with the Jandar as well. Ziamar is reporting it. And then we also have this little bit of text here. Almost like Ziamar wrote something down here. So just in case this message was intercepted, this cannot be read unless from people who know the language. Now, I don't know if all of you are keeping track of your Tales of Valhalla or ToV podcast lore, but there was a time when we interviewed Chris Nadow. Now, he no longer is in charge of Heroscape, but he did provide us a map of this language. He actually provided a is it a legend? I think it's called a legend for this years ago, when Avalon Hill was doing the campaign. So I actually have the means in which to decipher what's being said here on the bottom of this document. Look at that little artwork. Again, ZMR, look at that, see? I got it right here, right there. But, so, we don't know much about the language, and so apparently Renegade got this. They're using it, and see, here I go. Here's the cipher for the language. So I already got it, because Chris Nato was so fine to pass it on to us way back when. And as far as, I don't know if I have this, I suppose I can post this image on the Tales of Hell Discord too. I'll do that when I'm done with the stream. So that way you all can access it, so you can find the stuff out for yourself in the future as well. But yeah, have the cipher for this. And again, this was given to us by Chris Nato long time ago. So here is what it says. Uller's condition worsens daily. May the wind carry you back to us swiftly. That's it. It's not too much, but it basically says, establishes that Uller is Uller's in terrible shape. Pretty awful shape. And ZMR obviously misses Sonlen. Seems like Sonlen had a huge influence within this faction, and they're missing him. They're missing him a lot in his leadership. So that's basically what that little piece of language says there. And oh yeah, and this cipher, I think the cipher was also posted on the Renegade Heroscape chat as well, but the image isn't as clear as the one that I have. So I think what I'm going to do is, and actually there's probably some stuff here. I can crop this so that way it can be better and it can be viewed. But it is an alphabetical language. Like the Avalon Hill people, they took great care into developing it. So, or some people within Avalon Hill, including Chris Nato. So appreciate him for doing that. So here, hold on a second. I just want to check something. Okay, so we're good. All right. So this next little bit says Jandar's dispatch, 25th of Astra, to all forces stationed in foreign states, return immediately to your home fortress in accordance with the wishes of our Lord Yandar. His banner will no longer fly above lands that are not legally his. It's very interesting wording for that. So Yandar is just not only backing down from Uller, he's backing down from everybody. So maybe there's more motivation on his side other than just Uller's madness. Maybe something is going on with Jandar as well. All offensive campaigns are heretofore discontinued. Outpost companies, so just basically establishing just a defensive posture. Outpost companies are mandated to report to their new assignments within our territories. And this is assigned by Sir Gilbert. So we're getting characters here. Old classic characters. Sir Gilbert, one of them. Sir Gilbert is a flag bearer within the game. And I mean, you have different like the Sigling short. I don't even know what Sigling is supposed to mean. Trollsford Guard, Steadfast Hold Guard, Ostfold Guard. Lots of these armies. That's like, okay, are they going to be new armies that we might see sometime in the future, which makes up these? Drake's Finest, of course, Upper Bleakwood Scouting Division, and of course Nostraland is this area of the map. So, and then up here is Thaling Tundra. Even though we can't see it up in the upper map, that's what That's what that upper part is. And so this is Yandar's kingdom here. Basically all of Nostraland. And then Elkstrom is where Uller resides. And so you have, like I said, they're right close to each other. Border is really close. So you can see why they're pretty neighborly with each other usually, but not today. So what can I say about this little bit of lore here? I mean, it's pretty short. Not much in the way of critiquing other than we just need maps. We definitely need more detailed. We need interactive world map, an updated world map. This just provides a little bit of information on what's going on with very least two regions, Uller, Yandar, and what they are up to, and how basically the people under their command is kind of handling the situation. So that's all I can really say about that. I mean, whether I don't like it or not. I mean, I like the fact that they're using the runes here. They're actually taking advantage of using that. I hope they use more of them in the future. So that way we got to use our decoder rings to figure out what's being said. Always drink your Ovaltine or something like that, So that's cool. But yeah, so I guess we'll just have to wait to see what the next scenario is, to see what's going on after that. But again, we're establishing with like these from the first until this third scenario and lore pieces that we're getting. What we're doing is we're establishing what's going on with the presently in Valhalla, and it's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of plot, and so that's why we're getting stuff from different people, different locations. So, I mean, personally, I prefer with like a singular narrative, kind of like what I do with ToV, at least a singular driven narrative. Yes, you got other side plots as well, but a driving narrative going through everything. And this, I mean, yeah, there's a communication with Sonlen, but this seems to be more like side plots as opposed to the main plot, which is like Sonlen, Shiori, basically, from what I can tell. So that is taking a look at that. I won't even call this Sonlen's journal. This is more like Sonlen's journal dispatch or notes or something. I don't know what I'm going to name it. But it's some interesting bit of lore and updates us on what's happening in Valhalla at this present time.